Do you remember your last supper before the pandemic? The last meal you had at a restaurant, out with friends? The last meal before fear and anxiety ran every conversation? If you had known it was your last, would you have lingered? Would you have ordered dessert? Would you have held your friends' hands and told them how much you loved them? If you had known that we may not all make it to see this year, would you have let your hearts stray, your eyes wander? Tonight, we gather together because this night we retell the story of the end of Jesus' ministry. This night was Jesus' last supper with his disciples. Take a moment. Imagine how Jesus must have felt. This night, we long to avert our eyes from the confrontation and the hurt. We always seek ways to avoid death, the cross, the grief. We'd like to just skip forward to the empty tomb on Sunday morning. But there is no empty tomb without the Last Supper, the betrayal, the denial, the mockery, the cross, and the death. Friends, with all of this in mind, I invite you to join me in our opening words. Tonight, we will hear again and again of a love that knows no bounds. May we be fully present here. May we worship Holy God.
Prepare a room for me, your Savior.
The closer we get to the crucifixion, the more earnest our prayers of confession feel. For we know what was done to Jesus: betrayal, denial, mockery, violence, death. We know that these things are things that we do to each other all of the time. And so, with all earnestness, a sense of urgency and a deep hope for transformation, we return to this prayer once again, trusting that God, who holds the stars in the sky, is holding us tonight. Let us confess together. Holy God, who holds us together, if I were to place myself at your table, I might be Peter, misunderstanding your radical hospitality, sticking to the rules, arguing what I do and don't deserve. Then again, it's possible that I'd be Judas, the one who betrayed you, failed to see the good right in front of him, the one who might have thought he wasn't worthy of your love. Or perhaps I'd be one of the unnamed disciples, watching, not speaking, silently missing the opportunity to tell you what I believe and how much I love you. If I were in the garden that night, I'm sure I'd fled with the others. No one likes to see another suffer. Yet tonight, I come face to face with the cross, and your suffering is hard for me to bear. Tonight, I come face to face with the pain of past and present days, and my own pain is hard for me to bear. Tonight, I am reminded of the suffering I have cast onto others, which means I have to confront the pain I have caused you. And yet, here is where I am. Forgive me, God, and then use me for your good. Gratefully, I pray. Amen. Family of faith, on this day, even at the foot of the cross, even here, even now, Christ is saying, forgive them. They know not what they do. We don't often feel that we deserve this grace, but we receive it nonetheless. Say these words aloud with me and trust that they belong to you. In my best and worst moments, I am a child of God. Nothing can separate me from that truth.